My child, I see the uncertainty you're facing, but I'm right here. My beloved child, I know exactly what weighs on your heart tonight. I see your worries about tomorrow, the bills unpaid, the diagnosis that came too fast, the silence in your home that once was full of joy, the unknowns you whisper about when no one is near. And I say to you now, do not be afraid. You are not walking through this alone. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not unloved. You see the chaos, but I see the completion. You feel the shaking, but I hold you steady. I am not the God who abandons. I am the God who assures, who speaks peace in the storm, who comes walking on the water just when you think all hope is sinking. I am the same, yesterday, today, and forever. And I know your name. I know your story. I know your fears. And yes, I know exactly how to bring you through this storm without you drowning. You don't need to fake strength. You don't have to pretend like it doesn't hurt. Bring your brokenness to me. Bring the fear. Bring the tears. Bring the heaviness. Lay it all down. In Psalm 34:18, it is written, "The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And I am closer than your breath." The world may try to drown you in uncertainty, news headlines, job cuts, economic shifts, even a trusted friend's betrayal. But none of these can erase my presence or override my promises. I know in the United States right now many families are struggling to afford groceries, to keep up with housing payments, and the pressure of uncertainty is louder than ever. But hear me now. My peace is not based on Wall Street. My provision is not tied to your credit score. My promises are not shaken by inflation. I fed 5,000 people with 5 loaves and 2 fish, not because of human effort, but because of divine multiplication. And I can multiply your peace, your finances, and your faith when you bring me what little you have. There was a woman in Florida, a mother of 2, who prayed with tears in her eyes because she had only $3 left to feed her children that week. She was ashamed, scared, and didn't know what else to do. But instead of giving in to fear, she laid her burden before me. That same afternoon, her neighbor, whom she had barely spoken to, knocked on the door with bags of groceries. "I don't know why," the neighbor said, "but I felt like God told me to bring this to you." That's me. That's how I assure. That's how I work. In silence, in timing, in perfect orchestration. You see, when your life feels like it's unraveling, I am often doing my deepest work, not in front of the crowd but behind the curtain. You worry about how you will make it through next week, but I already saw the outcome before you even entered the trial. In Jeremiah 1:5, I said, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I set you apart." That means every season of uncertainty you face, I already prepared the grace to walk you through it. You were not meant to carry this burden alone. That's why I said in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Not a lecture, not condemnation. Rest. My child, your anxiety is not your identity. Your worry does not define your worth. And the uncertainty you feel right now is not evidence of my absence. It's an invitation to my arms. I want you to consider this. When a child is afraid, they look for the presence of someone who loves them. When you were a child and the thunder rolled, you ran to your parents' room, not because the storm stopped, but because you knew you were safe in their presence. In the same way, I invite you into the safety of my presence, not because the storm disappears immediately, but because I will carry you through it. I will speak peace into it. I will strengthen you through it. And eventually, I will deliver you from it. I know many in the United States right now are overwhelmed by uncertainty. Perhaps you lost your job in tech, or you're facing medical uncertainty with high bills and no coverage, or you're a young college graduate unsure of where to go next, or a retired veteran who wonders, "What now, Lord?" And I say to each of you, your season of uncertainty is not a punishment. It's a preparation. It's not a rejection. It's redirection. Because before I give you the promise, I train you with trust. Before I open the next door, I often close the familiar one. Before I release the blessing, I stretch your belief. I did not bring you this far to abandon you. I did not light a fire in your heart to let it burn out in the dark. I am refining you, not ruining you. I am positioning you, not punishing you. And you will see the fruit of this faith if you do not give up. Beloved, remember the story of Abraham. I asked him to leave everything familiar and go to a land I would show him. Not a land he could research. Not a land with a 5-year plan. A land I would show him, step by step, trust by trust. That's what I'm asking of you. Will you trust me even when you can't trace me? Will you believe even when you can't see the whole picture? Will you hold on even when the wait feels long? Because it is in that trust that I reveal my glory. Just like I stood beside the 3 Hebrew boys in the fire, I am standing beside you now. I didn't stop the fire, but I kept them from being burned. And I may not stop every storm around you, but I will protect you through it, and I will walk with you in it, and when you come out, you will not even smell like smoke. That's how I work. I don't always calm the chaos, but I calm my child in the chaos. I don't always change the surroundings, but I change your soul in the midst of it. And yes, I am doing something new in you right now. I know you're tired. I know some of you in California, Texas, New York, and across this country have tried and still feel stuck. You've done your part. You've prayed. You've hoped. But the doors remain shut. Hear me now. Sometimes I close doors not to block you, but to build you. Sometimes I delay the answer not to frustrate you, but to form you. Because if you only trusted me in certainty, that wouldn't be trust at all. Faith grows best in the dark, just like a seed. And you, my child, are being rooted before you are revealed. This is not the end. It's the beginning of something sacred. When you feel overwhelmed, speak my word. When the fear rises, declare Isaiah 26:3. You will keep in perfect peace all who trust in you, all whose thoughts are fixed on you. Fix your thoughts on me, not the news, not the doubt, not the fear. Fix them on me. And when the enemy tries to whisper lies, remember what I told you in John 16:33. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart. I have overcome the world. Your victory is already in motion. Your healing is already in process. Your provision is already being released. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. Some of my greatest miracles are unfolding while you sleep. You may not have all the answers, but you have me, and I am more than enough. I am your healer. I am your provider. I am your peace. I am your anchor. I am your promise keeper. I am the same Jesus who raised Lazarus from the dead, who turned water into wine, who restored Peter after his failure, who touched the leper when no one else would, who wept at the tomb and still brought resurrection. I am still that Jesus. And I am speaking to you now. Your life is not over. Your story is not done. And your breakthrough is closer than you think. I never stopped working behind the scenes. You've cried out, Lord, why is it taking so long? And I say to you now, delay is not denial. You feel forgotten, but I have engraved your name on the palm of my hand, as Isaiah 49:16 says. You think I've gone silent, but I've only grown more intentional, more precise, more sovereign in how I'm shaping your path. My silence is not absence, it's alignment. And while you stare at closed doors and unanswered prayers, I am rerouting you toward something greater than what you asked for. I didn't bring you out of your Egypt just to leave you stranded in the wilderness. I didn't split the sea to let you drown in doubt. Just like I provided manna daily for my people, day after day, not all at once. I am providing for you sometimes in ways you don't even notice. I sent someone to encourage you. I delayed that job interview for a better opportunity. I closed that relationship so you wouldn't be destroyed later. Every move I make is mercy. Even the ones you don't understand yet. There's a man in Ohio who lost his job after 25 years at a manufacturing plant. He was devastated. The factory closed without warning, and he felt like his whole life had collapsed. For months, he applied to job after job, heard nothing, and began to doubt his worth, his value, and even me. But what he didn't know was that in the background, I had already stirred the heart of a friend from church who owned a local construction business. That man didn't just get a job, he found his calling. He now hires veterans, mentors young men, and starts his workdays in prayer. What felt like devastation was actually redirection. That's what I do. I restore what the enemy meant to destroy. When you trust me through uncertainty, you give me space to work miracles. Miracles don't need clarity to manifest. They need faith. And some of you listening right now are like Martha, standing outside Lazarus's tomb saying, Lord, if you had only come sooner. But I say to you what I said to her. Did I not tell you that if you believe, you will see the glory of God? John 11:40. Sometimes I wait not because I'm ignoring you, but because I want the glory to be undeniable. Sometimes I let things die so I can resurrect them. Sometimes I allow the door to close so I can show you that I'm the one who opens and no man can shut. So yes, my child, your trust is not in vain. Your obedience is not being wasted. Your faith is storing up miracles you haven't even imagined. And I see those of you wrestling with health uncertainty. A woman in Arizona battled chronic illness for years. Doctors couldn't find the cause. Her insurance ran out. She felt helpless, trapped in a system that failed her. But instead of growing bitter, she clung to me in prayer. She listened to my word daily. She began praying over her body, declaring healing in my name. And in time, she discovered a small, faith-based clinic that treated her at no cost, founded by believers who said, "The Lord told us to make room for someone like you." That's what I do. I make room for you, even when it looks impossible. I align hearts, schedules, strangers, and systems in your favor. And I do it not because you earned it, but because you are mine. Some of you feel overwhelmed by your family situation. You're watching your children drift, your marriage grow cold, your siblings carry resentment, and you wonder if I still hear you. And I do. I collect every tear. Psalm 56:8 says, I keep your tears in my bottle. They are not wasted. I saw you crying in the kitchen while everyone else slept. I heard your whispered prayers in the car. I've watched your quiet faithfulness, your quiet forgiveness. And I tell you now, your family is not beyond saving. I specialize in the prodigal. I run toward the broken. I can restore what looks irreparable. I can heal the child who won't speak to you. I can soften the heart of your spouse. I can reunite what sin tried to sever. So don't give up on them because I haven't. There's a grandmother in Georgia who raised her grandchildren after her daughter's addiction left them without care. She had nothing but Social Security to lean on. She prayed every night that she could keep the family together. One day, a local church started a community pantry and utility aid for seniors, and that same week, someone from her church offered to pay off one of her bills without knowing anything. That's not coincidence. That's me, weaving assurance into her uncertainty. My child, the same God who fed Elijah with ravens, who sustained the widow in famine, who gave strength to Sarah in her old age, He is still moving for you now. I know some of you feel too broken, too sinful, too unworthy. You think, I messed up too many times, or I missed my window. But I tell you this, if I used Peter who denied me 3 times, if I used Paul who persecuted my church, if I used Rahab who was a prostitute, if I used Moses who doubted and ran, why would I not use you? My plans for you do not expire. You are not too late. You are not too far gone. I don't consult your past to write your future. I use your surrender. Give me your broken pieces, and I will make a mosaic out of your mess. Give me your ashes, and I'll give you beauty. Trust me in the dark, and I'll lead you into the light. Don't chase clarity, chase me. Don't idolize certainty. Lean into faith. Hebrews 11:1 says, Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. I never asked you to figure it all out. I only asked you to follow me. And I promise you, as surely as the sun rises, as surely as the stars stay in their place, I will lead you. I will protect you. I will finish what I started in you. Philippians 1:6 declares, He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. That includes your healing. That includes your dreams. That includes your family. That includes your purpose. So let this be your moment of holy clarity. Uncertainty does not equal abandonment. Unanswered prayers do not equal divine indifference. Delays do not equal defeat. I am working even when you can't see it. I am shaping your character. I am enlarging your territory. I am preparing divine appointments, sudden breakthroughs, and silent blessings that will speak louder than 1,000 sermons. I am still God in your confusion. I am still king over your chaos. And I am still writing your redemption story with grace as the ink and love as the author. You don't need to be fearless. You just need to be faithful. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to trust the one who does. Let today be the day you trade anxiety for assurance, fear for faith, pressure for peace. Let today be the day you remember that I'm the same Jesus who calmed the storm with 3 words, peace, be still. And I speak those same words over you now. Peace over your mind, peace over your finances, peace over your health, peace over your family, peace over your future. You are not lost. You are led. You are not forgotten. You are favored. And this season will not end in destruction. It will end in glory. Now, my beloved child, don't keep this message to yourself. There's someone else who is silently suffering, who is questioning if I hear them, who is drowning in their own uncertainty. Let them hear my voice through yours. Share this with someone who needs it. Let my sacred voice echo through your hands. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to God's sacred voice. Because every word I speak to your heart through this channel is meant to lift you, strengthen you, and remind you, you are deeply loved, eternally chosen, and never alone.